Hello students. Today I will be explaining you the problems of cash budget, ratio analysis. Now here the information is given. The information is about presented the profit and loss account of and balance sheet of Suryodaya Company Limited. You are required to compute or calculate the following ratios. I have explained you earlier that in the ratio analysis formula is very important. Without formula you cannot compute it. So learn the formula, then use the information and calculate. Okay. Now what you have to compute, you see the first para given. First is gross profit ratio, operating ratio, net profit to capital employed ratio, return on total resources, current ratio, liquid ratio, stock turnover ratio, debtors, average debtors turnover ratio, and average collection period. These are the information given. Profit and loss account is given for profit and loss account is given here. Check, profit and loss account is given. Then they have given you the information. All the information is given in this table. Here if you check, they have given you the opening stock, then purchases, closing stock, etc. Then here if you come, they have given you the closing stock, purchases, then here administrative expenses, loss of stock of sale, etc. Gross profit is given, profit on sale of building is given. Then if you come down, they have given you the information of a balance sheet. So balance sheet is given, liabilities are given, assets are given, then all these information is given. Now we will calculate the first one. The first ratio is gross profit ratio. Now how to compute the gross profit ratio? Now gross profit ratio is nothing but you have to use a formula. Gross profit ratio is equal to gross profit divided by net sales into 100. So gross profit, if you check the problem, you have there a gross profit that is see here, gross profit is 7. What is the net sales? Sales is 20. So if you come down here, 7 divided by 20, you will get into 100, you will get 35%. Okay, 35%. Now we will see the second one. Second question asked in the problem is operating ratio. Now what is the formula to calculate operating ratio? Operating ratio is what they have asked it, operating ratio. Yeah, operating ratio, the formula is operating operating cost divided by net sales into 100. Here net profit ratio is net profit divided by sales into 100. That is, net profit is given 5, sales is 20, so 5 divided by 20, it is 25%. Okay, now how to calculate the next one, that is operating ratio. Operating ratio is this operating cost divided by sales into 100. Now how to calculate operating cost? Operating cost is nothing but operating cost is the operating cost. See here, the how to calculate operating cost of goods sold plus operating expenses. How to calculate cost of goods sold? Sales minus gross profit. Sales is given here, say sales is 20, then gross profit is given here 7, so 20 minus 7 is 13. What is operating expenses? There is administrative, selling expenses. These two expenses if you add, you will get 4, and this is called as operating expenses. Okay, so now what is operating cost? Cost of goods sold plus operating expenses. So 13 plus 4, 17. Now operating ratio is equal to 17 divided by 20 into 100, 85%. Okay, now next is the third one, net profit to capital employed ratio. Net profit to capital employed ratio. So the formula is net profit divided by capital employed into 100. Okay, so net profit is given here 5, capital employed. Now how to calculate capital employed? Capital employed is equal to equity share capital plus reserves plus profit and loss account. See the information given here. So total you will get 17. Capital employed you will get, what is net profit? Net profit is 5. So 5 divided by 17 into 100, 29.14%. The fourth point given in the problem is return on total resources. Now what is the formula of return on total resources? Net profit divided by total asset into 100. So net profit is given here. See the net profit is given here. Net profit is 5. The total asset is 20. So 5 divided by 20 into 100, it is 25%. Now the fifth point given is, question is current ratio. Now the formula of current ratio is current assets divided by current liability. So current assets divided by current liability, you will get 8 divided by 3, that is 2.66. Current assets, what are the current assets? If you check in the problem, you have stock 2, debtors 5, then cash 1. So 5, 6, 7, 8. So 8 divided by 3, current liabilities 3. So 2.66. Liquid assets, liquid ratio. Liquid ratio is equal to liquid assets divided by current liabilities. So liquid asset is current assets minus stock and prepaid expenses. So it is 8 minus 2, 6. So liquid ratio is 6 divided by 3. It is 2 times. Okay, next is a stock turnover ratio. Stock turnover ratio, the formula is a cost of goods sold, into divided by average stock. Say average stock. So how the cost of goods sold already calculated. Average stock is opening stock plus closing stock divided by 2. So if you check the problem, you will get opening stock and closing stock. So opening stock plus closing stock divided by 2, you will get 5 by 2, that is 2.5. So the stock turnover ratio is 13 divided by 2.5, it is 5.2 times. Debtors turnover ratio. Debtors turnover ratio is, the formula is net credit sales divided by average credit debtors. So net sales is given 20. Debtors, opening debtors plus closing debtors divided by 2. Okay, so when you cross multiply, it is 20 divided by 5, it is 4 times. Okay, so average collection period is number of working days divided by debtors turnover ratio, that is 365 divided by 4, you will get 91.25. Okay, so go through the problem. 14th problem I will explain you later. Okay, 14th problem I will explain you later. The 13th problem go through. If you have any doubts, you can clarify. Thank you.